Wow, Trey, it's another year of doing this podcast with you, and it's another year of your life having passed. Happy birthday tomorrow as this podcast gets released.
Wow, I can't believe a year has passed. This is so exciting.
Wow, welcome to Video Games Are Hard.
Aren't birthdays the best? It's just a reminder that a year has passed. Good job.
What's your emotional attachment to birthdays? Do you have any?
Assuming I have one?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, when you have a birthday, are you sad? Are you happy?
I mean, obviously, as a kid, you're happy. It's the best day of your fucking life.
Yeah, you just get stuff because of mediocrity.
I guess it's good. You know, I saw my parents today. It was pretty hype. We got lunch.
What episode is it? Episode 10.
Episode 10. Yeah, this is a video game podcast, but what are we talking about? Birthdays.
Average Trey's birthday is tomorrow.
Well, it's yesterday from the release of this.
Oh, yesterday from the release of this?
August 30th. I turned 26. Big year.
That's pretty hype.
26 is the biggest year I can think of.
See, I was going to start by talking about my my impression of birthdays. Like, what do I...
Go for it.
When I get a year older, I don't know, I have a small gathering, and we have, like, lasagna at my parents' house.
Ooh, lasagna's good.
And, yeah, and then we just kind of go, like, cool. I've instigated a rule. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast. I've instigated a rule.
I don't think you have. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That people aren't allowed to buy me expensive things anymore.
Okay.
Because the last few times they bought me expensive things, they got me an Xbox One. Like my parents.
And you hate Xbox One, so you're like, stop giving me good stuff, guys. I hate you.
Yes, that's exactly why. I got an Xbox One, and I turned it on 3 times, maybe total. It is currently, I'm looking at it right now, it is, you know the phone book? It's the stereotypical phone book that you use to raise your monitor.
Yep, I used to use my organic chemistry binder for that.
Yeah, but instead I use an Xbox One that is not plugged in.
So
it's just kind of
was there nothing on the Xbox One that interested you? You just never want to play it?
I don't know. Like, it was near the start of, like, Sunshine, like getting into SMS, maybe like 2015 or so. Right. The only games that I have on it are Forza, which came with it and did not look good to me. And then, like, I think I have one of the Call of Duties, one of the mediocre
Call of Duty Ghost.
Like Advanced Warfare, maybe.
Okay.
Like one of them, and I think that might be it. So I just never really. Xbox One was the console where Xbox was like sports.
Oh yeah, TV, sports, TV, sports.
So I was never like, oh, I want to get that, and then it was got for me, and I was just like, huh.
It was mid 2015. You were too busy revolutionizing Sunshine with EYG. It's fine. Understandable.
Like that.
See, that's the main issue is that speedrunning often gets in the way of casual gaming. It's like, oh man, I can't really game casually if I have to focus on speedrunning.
True.
So if I'm doing that, then I can't play my Xbox One that my parents got me. What the heck?
But so since then I instigated a rule that they're not allowed to not buy me expensive things, but buy me like video game related things because they don't know.
Yeah.
Like they don't know what I want specifically, and they don't want, like, ever since I was a kid, they bought me like 1080 snowboarding and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, this new game that I've never heard of because I'm 6.
I'm so sorry to hear that. They gave you that and not even SSX Tricky.
I loved 1080 snowboarding.
Dude,
they had good taste.
For shame.
We got Mario Kart 64 for a gift for my father on Father's Day. And he played it once.
I think ever since I turned like 18 or maybe even 20, all I ever get is like a small sum of birthday money, and that's it. Because, you know, money, can't go wrong with money. So
can't go wrong with money.
It's the least creative thing, but it's the most useful, I'll tell you that.
You know what you could pay for with money?
Goods and services?
Goods and services, like a Spotify subscription or
to listen to this podcast with?
Yeah. Or
isn't that crazy?
a YouTube Premium, and you can listen to this podcast.
The same way as it would be without it, because we don't have ads on here.
Oh, we don't. Okay, I don't know. We used to have ads on the last season.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, for your.
Oh yeah, I guess
channel.
they were like auto put on there. I never put them on manually. Yeah, this podcast used to be monetized. I think we made like an average of $1.50 per episode.
Yes.
It was pretty sick. We were rolling in the dough.
I was going insane.
But now it's just like a purely non-monetary thing at the moment. Once we take the world by storm, I'm sure we'll monetize it then. But for now, it's just a little side thing.
Speaking of YouTube Premium, I've been doing, I've never done the free trial. And there was like a deal with Discord where it was just like, get 3 months of free YouTube Premium, right?
Yeah.
That we were talking about a few months ago. Or not a few months ago, like a few weeks ago. And apparently it's only in the US. Like I was trying to figure it out.
Oh, you couldn't even activate yours?
Yeah, I couldn't even activate mine, so I could only activate a 1 free month trial.
Wow, dude. I could activate this free trial that everyone gets anyway. Hooray.
Dude, I've been because with Spotify, I was always taking other people's accounts. So with this YouTube Premium, I was just been taking advantage of like the My Mix like feature on YouTube where it's just like you just listen to music and then at some point like a My Mix playlist will show up and then you click it and then just trust it and let it play. Dude, YouTube knows what I want to listen to. It's crazy. And
YouTube knows what I want to watch. My recommended feed, that's all I ever need. I never search for anything.
Yeah.
YouTube, we love you.
Yeah, YouTube. Woo! That's what I've been doing mostly.
Okay.
Anyway, happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm old now. Hooray. Well, not as old as some people, but
3-year generational gap.
A 3-year generational gap. But anyway, on the screen right now, if you're watching, speaking of YouTube, the YouTube version of this podcast, you're watching a game called Rounds. It's a little game from Landfall Games. I played it with KO, good friend of ours, former guest of this podcast. And it's a game called Rounds because it has rounds in it. And believe it or not, what were you saying?
Sorry.
You keep interrupting me.
I'm trying to say words.
Yeah, go, say your thing. Say your thing.
KO was inviting me to play, and then I said, you should try asking Trey. And he was just like, well, I don't know. And then I was just like, just do it. And then he asked you,
no.
Then you played.
Okay, you want to hear my side of the story?
Go for it.
KO said, I told Sid that I'm going to play rounds with Trey, and Sid told me he's not going to say yes to that.
I don't think that's right. I
feel
like that's
deny,
wrong.
Yes, no.
I need to confer with my Reed or Popo equivalent.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I played the game with them for like an hour and a half. It's the perfect little game to play for like a couple of hours, long enough like meet the maximum length to where you can still refund it for all your money.
No.
Which we did. I'm sorry, but
I like that you did a pseudo advertisement for it. It's like from Landfall Games.
I mean,
Rounds.
It's fun for like a little bit. Then after a while, it's like, yeah, I get it. To quote Ego Raptor.
I watched a little bit of gameplay from KO.
Yeah, we played it for a little bit. It's a roguelike PvP type game, I believe you can describe it as. And basically, you're firing rounds at each other, and it has rounds in it. Get it?
Like a gun.
Yeah, like rounds from a gun, yes.
And rounds of gameplay.
That's exactly what I said, yes.
Yes.
You got it right on the money.
Well, it was guns. I was guns. I was focusing on guns, and then I was focusing on gameplay. Sorry.
So yeah, there's... Basically all you do is you fire guns at each other, like any other game. Any other good game is like Call of Duty, much like Call of Duty. And... you have like a health bar, and it's best 2 of 3 in each individual round, and it's a best 5 of 9 for like the total game that you play.
How long does it take?
An individual game is maybe like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Depending on like how close it is or how much you get destroyed by.
For some reason, that sounds like every round is 2 out of 3, and then it's 5 of 9 sounds exhaustingly long.
It's really, really short. Like literally you could start a round, fire like 2 bullets, and that's it. Like boom, they died in 2 hits. Yeah. It's really, really fast.
And some of the power-ups are insanely powerful, I've seen.
So it's a roguelike, so in between rounds, well, before the first round, you each choose your initial power-up. You get like 5 cards, and you pick one of the cards. It's either like a defense buff or a bullet buff. You can get like homing bullets or drill bullets that like drill through some of the land.
Yeah.
Which actually the drill combined with like speed and something else was like super OP.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's just like finding really good synergies to just overwhelm your opponent with bullets, hopefully. And some things don't synergize so well. It's kind of fun to like figure out what works well together and what doesn't work so well.
It's like Binding of Isaac. You just got to trial and error it or just cheat.
And it's pretty fun. It's just fun to, we saw what like most of the abilities do. There's a surprising number of abilities. And it's just you get 5 random things each round. The loser of a round gets to pick a new power-up. So basically, if you lost 4 games in a row, and it's like you're on like set point, then you have 4 power-ups, or you have 5 power-ups while your opponent only has 1 power-up.
Yeah,
so,
and
like
so you just suck.
Yeah, and also it's like you get super powered, and like you always have the advantage as the loser.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good self-balancing thing.
Yeah.
And it
sounds interesting.
Yeah, you're just like, you're aiming at the other person, trying to shoot them. If they have like a health buff, they'll be tankier, or maybe they'll like, there's like a Phoenix ability where you have less health, but you can like respawn one time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's super basic. It's fun to play, just like on a whim. And then that's rounds for you. So
cool.
Played it with KO. We had a good time.
Yeah, KO and I were talking about playing it like in the way of KO was being like, bro, we should play rounds, and I'm sitting there going like, nah, I'm just
from my perspective,
chilling.
I think this podcast is a really good thing for me from a casual standpoint, because I think normally I would have been like, no, I got to work on this video. I got better things to do, buddy.
Buddy.
I was like, what do I call KO to sound?
He's a buddy.
Like I'm talking down to him. Come on, buddy. I got better things to do. But because of the podcast, I'm like, well, it would make for good gameplay footage possibly. So I guess I'll just play this game, record it, see what it's like. And if not for this podcast, I probably wouldn't have not done it, been a little stick in the mud instead. So
and you get the opportunity to review it.
Yeah, it's fun in a short burst, but I don't see much long term. Like maybe there's probably like a lot of depth to the game if you like really get into it and like know which power ups go well together and whatnot. But I mean,
it gets really deep eventually.
Possibly, but I mean, for us, it was like a fun one-time little thing.
I was watching KO because KO. So your strat was to get it and then refund it within the 2 hours.
Well, actually, that was what KO recommended to me. And when we were like at an hour 40, he's like, "All right, this is good. We're at a good stopping point." Then I was like, "So what's that like refunding trick you told me about?"
I did it with did golf with your friends. I talked about that.
Yeah, because I don't use Steam that much. I didn't even know about that rule. But he told me about it. I was like, oh, cool. That's a cool little life hack and also asshole-ish thing, kind of.
Yeah, it feels weird being, I don't know. Maybe it's just because we're older or something, but it feels like kind of trashy to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, we played for like an hour and a half. It's whatever.
I've done it with 2 games. I did it with Golf with Your Friends because I really hated it, and then Astroneer. And I think KO and I were both playing it at the same time. We were just like, but it's a 1-player game, and or he was watching me play it. I can't remember, and it ended up being like whatever. And I was just like, okay, I can just send it back and don't have to jump into this. But his suggestion, I had something to say about rounds.
Well, you're thinking that. Go ahead.
Go for it.
One last thing on rounds. I think that it's more important to figure out which things don't synergize poorly than what synergizes well. Mm-hmm. Because some things go so horribly together, which we figured out. Like, there's a really, really big bait of a power-up. I think it's called Mayhem. And it makes your bullet bounce 5 times. Which sounds super good, because like normally your bullet hits a wall, it just stops right there. That's it. But you think, oh, damn, it bounces 5 times. That's like probably super good. Like they're going to not be able to avoid that. But it's like the ultimate monkey's paw power up because the bouncing bullet can also hit you.
Yeah.
So almost without fail, I shoot the bullet with that power up. It bounces like crazy and hits me inevitably. And then on top of that, I combined it with like some other thing that, I don't know, just made it hit me more I think it was like the Mayhem plus homing. And the way homing works the bullet has like this visual little camera in front of it, like a range of vision that shows like, oh, it sees you, it's gonna like sort of aim into you then. So what would happen is I would shoot it, it would bounce a couple times, see me, and just hit me instantly. So I was getting like super fucked up with that round. So yeah, avoiding the really bad synergies more important than finding the good synergy. That's my biggest strategy to give on that. So,
how did you end up doing?
I think we went pretty even. Like some rounds, like the round I just described, I got destroyed, obviously.
Yeah.
I think that he probably has like slightly better aim than me because it's like cursor aim, like in a 2D plane, sort of. The hardest part is you're aiming while platforming. Like you can wall kick off of stuff like infinite times. You only have a single jump, but you can like wall kick over and over again. And while you're focused on like not falling off or something, or like your positioning, you're also aiming this cursor. So it's kind of technical and like hard to, like a lot of practice. You could get really good at this with a lot of practice, but you know, in a 1.5 hour span, we were I'd say pretty evenly matched, but you know, let the gameplay speak for itself, I guess.
I know that KO, so his initial trick was to refund it, but he has now bit the round on actually buying it now because he's played with, I don't know, a handful of people.
Oh, so what you're saying is I'm the asshole.
Well, no, he was playing with his buddy Dap.
Dap-Yi. Not gonna lie, I thought that Dap-Yi was Dapper Pinguino.
No,
but it's someone else because Dapper also loves the Yi meme. I was like, oh, it's Dapper.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
What are the chances of that?
I know, it's nuts. They just they're very similar guys. But
crazy.
I was watching my experience with rounds is watching them play, and so the only reason I'm bringing this up is because KO like started streaming it in a Discord call. I think I was playing Rocket League. And then I stopped playing Rocket League, and he was like, commentate a game. And I jumped in and started commentating it.
Commentating a game of rounds?
Just for fun. And I was like, I didn't know which was whose character, and I was talking about how the orange cat was playing like a pussy, essentially.
You think they're cats?
Cat. Well, he was playing an orange cat. It looked like an orange cat.
They're just orange and blue little ball dudes, right?
But it looks like an orange cat.
Maybe, if you squint.
And I was making like references like to Cowardly Cat and stuff, and KO was the blue, very aggressive ball. I found out eventually, and I was making fun of Dap-Yi's like hide style, and then KO was talking about it it's just like melee. It's just like melee. He's never the aggressor.
That's the thing is that aggressiveness versus passiveness, it really depends on which power-ups you choose. Some of the power-ups really lend themselves to like a campy play style. Like I had the most OP power up. It was like drill plus speed plus homing plus something else. So it can just go through platforms, go super fast, home into the person. And at that point, you may as well just stay from a distance and keep shooting at a distance.
Yeah. All you have to do at that point is just stay behind a wall.
But then on the contrary, there's like a shotgun power up. Stuff where like you get up close and personal. Also, there's like a block feature where if you block a bullet, like it just reflects off of you. But also there's power-ups that combine with block where it's like when you block, it creates this force field that pushes them back, or like a healing force field. Or there's various types of force field power-ups from blocking. And if you have like an up-close play style, you want to get like the like pushback or whatever force fields when you block to like go up and into their face and use that. So really depends on your power ups.
Even though you would you give it a number out of 10?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
I give it a solid 7. You know what? I only refunded it because I am a busy adult male and I have better things to do, buddy.
Buddy.
But if I was a kid with unlimited free time doing whatever I want, I would definitely have played it some more. So
and a friend that would be available to play with you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because like the thing is, there's only so much time, and I got a video to make. I guess I'll give an update on the video. I'm making a video about spin jumping in Sunshine, and it's
no.
Well, you know that.
No.
I'm not telling you.
Well, I'm the only person here.
Oh, who am I talking to? What the heck?
Who are you talking to?
We're just having a conversation, right?
No.
But yeah, it's a spiritual successor to my pausing video in a way. My pausing is weird video. I'm probably going to call this one Spin Jumping is Awesome or something. I haven't really decided on a name yet. I bet Sid will come up with a better name at some point.
We'll brainstorm it.
Yeah. And I started the editing part, actually. I finished doing all the voiceovers. I stitched the good takes of the voiceovers together. And I've been editing pretty heavily the last few days. I have finished close to 3 minutes of editing of what's probably going to be a 21, 22-ish minute video. Mm-hmm. And I think it's pretty good so far. I think I've got a pretty strong start. What always happens with these like heavy sort of nerdy explanation type videos that I make is the more I edit it and the more I just hear myself over and over again going over the same thing over and over again, I start to get kind of self-conscious that this is going to be like super lame and boring. Like the explanation, it's like, who wants to hear this shit, right?
We know, Trey. We know.
I go through this every single video. It never gets easier.
Yeah, you just go through it and you're listening to yourself.
And it's like,
me
dude,
as
this
you
sounds
is just
like, who wants to listen to this shit, right?
Yeah, you're just sitting there listening to it for the 7th time and you're just like, yeah, I know. Clockwise, if you enter each thing of the, like cardinal direction, I get it.
I just start to get thoughts where it's like, man, is this really like worth existing on the internet? But then I finish it anyway and it turns out being fine. So I'm sure I'll finish it.
and then everybody's gonna make fun of you for making a 22-minute video about spin jumping.
Oh my god, if you thought 8 minutes about pausing was crazy, whew.
That is nuts.
22 minutes on spin jumping? Bro.
I can't believe it. I actually, we were talking about a few weeks back, like a few, basically video essayists. I was watching Mahler and
are we talking
JXE.
about like the 4-hour, 5-hour ones?
Yeah. And people just like talking about how the long video essays are like terrible and stuff without watching them. And I actually just like I was picking at the JXE one, the Doctor Who. I don't watch Doctor Who, but I just like some of his stuff, so I watched the 5-hour video of it. And like I don't know anything about Doctor Who. I think my brother used to watch Doctor Who when I was like 10.
I was assuming you were a big Doctor Who fan because you were watching that.
No, I don't know anything, and I watched the 4-hour analysis on Black Widow that Mahler did.
But I'm assuming like not all in one sitting.
I listened to it while I was working.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Like it was a podcast, but
I think with those really long videos, the key thing is like if you're the one making the video, don't really worry too much about the visual part of it. Just sort of make sure that like it's good from an audio perspective.
Yeah.
Because chances are no one's going to be sitting there watching it for like 5 hours straight. They're going to have it on in the background or something.
Or bits and pieces.
Yeah, and honestly, like saying that sort of... Sometimes I get a little bit too wrapped up in the visual part of my... Actually, all the time. I always am like super anal about like how my visuals look in my video.
Yeah.
And then I realized, when I watch a video, do I really watch it like that intently and notice like every little detail? Probably not.
I do.
So I'm probably, as long as what I'm saying is interesting, then like the visuals are like somewhat not terrible, then it's probably going to be fine. So
there are some points in those like 4 hours or 5-hour analyses that it sounds like they're like, oh, about this clip, like, oh, this happens in this clip, and they show the clip and they talk about it, or the like minute. I linked you the JXE one about Doctor Who, and it was just like this minute thing that I thought was funny in the video.
Oh, the ad read or something.
Yeah. Or no, it was like it was
like a fake advertisement.
Yeah, for like a toy version of one of the doctors.
Yeah,
but that was on whatever. Well, like Amazon.
The editing of it was really funny.
Yeah, and it was just like a minute thing that I watched, and I was like, oh. But otherwise, I was just kind of listening to it or like falling asleep during it over like weeks. But yeah. Like I feel like it depends. Where it's like an 8-minute video of yours or like a 20-minute video, I will be very focused on the video.
Yeah,
like when it's
rule of thumb is the shorter the video, the more the visuals of like every individual second really matter.
Yeah. and that's why, like, watching Cody Code, that's why I was with YouTube. I couldn't really have YouTube in the background, and that's why Twitch was so good for me, because, like, who gives a shit about watching a Twitch stream most of the time? Where it's just like you have it on in the background and you can pay attention to it passively, but you can play a video game and have a Twitch stream on the background and like be kind of participating mentally a little bit. But if it's like a YouTube video that's been actively edited, it feels like a disservice in some way that you're like, not a disservice to the video itself, but like maybe a disservice to yourself, that you're missing out on something that, like, if you were paying attention to this part, it would have been funny. Or
yeah, and despite that, YouTube is always my go-to when I'm eating or something, and I'll like miss half the visuals.
Yeah,
regardless of the video.
Yeah, I can't do that. But I did that with the 4 hours. I was just like, I haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'll look at it every so often. Like, I'll have my phone to the side while I'm like traying cookies or whatever, and then I'll look at it and be like, oh, that is kind of funny that he's talking about this, and then go back to it, because it's not like they go like, oh, you have to focus for 3 hours straight on this video. It's just like,
people are obsessed with the length of videos, and they're like, oh my god, it's 4 hours, who would watch that or listen to that?
Yeah,
but they don't like they don't understand. It's not like watching a movie. It's just something to like have on in the background or something.
Yeah, and even if you are paying attention to it, everybody listens to, like, we're recording an hour and a half to 2 hours right now, just to post somewhere for somebody to listen to. It's not like anybody's being like, bro, you put out an hour and a half every week. Like, who gives a shit? It's like, it's a podcast. You can just treat it like a podcast or an audio thing, you know?
That's why I spend more of my own time on a 20-minute video than I spend on, like, what, 30, 40 episodes of a podcast?
Yeah. It's with the advertisement for the podcast on the Average Trey VG YouTube channel, where it's just like, this is a very passive thing that I do with my buddy Sid. And I don't know, it's unedited me.
It's not it's not monetized anymore. It's just, it exists.
Yeah.
And it's fun. So fuck you.
But it's just like 8 minutes. Oh, you're just talking about pausing. It's like, dude, there was like this whole hate thread. I linked you the video. JXE, the guy that did the 5-hour Doctor Who one, he did a video follow-up that was like 20 minutes that I watched the whole thing of him being like, yeah, so I put out a 5-hour video, and this is all the hate that I got because it was 5 hours. It's just like, okay.
Dude, YouTube commenters are so weird. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's just, or Twitter even.
Yeah, Twitter and YouTube. I don't know. I feel like everyone, for the most part, is more civilized in like a Twitch chat type environment, because I guess they're more close with the streamer typically. But when it comes to YouTube comments, everyone is so, like, even though I almost have like 50K subscribers on YouTube, I feel almost entirely disconnected from my actual YouTube audience. They're just people who exist that got my videos recommended to them and subscribed to me at some point, but I don't know them whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of mystery people. Whereas like on Twitch, I feel like I've cultivated this collection of like regulars that I know and such. Whereas like YouTube, it's all like everyone is just, hey, they exist. They're out there. They sub to me, I guess.
Oh.
Anyway, you have another topic?
I have a bunch of stuff.
I have two things, but let's do yours next.
What's a good one to go into? All right. So, I'm surprised that I got as passionate as I did about long videos. I do like their videos. Like Jax's video is good. Mahler's videos are good. They're just analyses. I'm not a big Star Wars hater, but like, I don't know, watching the Mahler videos on the topic or whatever are kind of nice. Anyway,
the reason Star Wars gets so much hate, I kind of don't even want to watch Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, I don't even hate them. Do you know what the saddest thing about the new Star Wars is?
What is it?
My cousin was a huge Star Wars fan, like massive Star Wars fan. I remember showing her not the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and when she was like 11 or something, and I showed it to her at like the perfect time for her to be like, oh my god, this is amazing. And she like watched the original maybe we watched the original trilogy together, I don't remember, but she became a huge Star Wars fan to the point where everybody, you know, when you have a birthday, or happy birthday, when you have when you have like a family thing, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get this person a gift, what should I get them? And your go-to is video games for me, like something like that. Or like my dad bikes, so you just get him something bike related.
For my dad, it's like always a tie or something.
Yeah, just like you have your thing. And her thing became anything Star Wars related. Yeah, like it was like Star Wars board game, Star Wars like extended universe novel, all this stuff. And it's very sad to me because I actually talked to her about it later on. It's like, oh yeah, like, don't you remember like me showing you the original or the prequel trilogy? Isn't it funny that you're like a huge fan of it now? And she's just like, I don't remember that. And I was like kind of heartbroken. I was like, oh, that's...
How would you not remember something like that?
Right?
That seems like a pretty pivotal, life-changing thing for someone that big of a fan of it.
Yeah, I just remember sitting on my living room chaise chair or whatever, like with my portable DVD player at the end of it, sitting beside her watching the prequel movies and being like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. I was like 13. But yeah, that became her default thing. And the saddest moment was when episode 7 came out, and it was like everybody was working towards it. Everybody was so excited. Oh, Disney's bought it. It's going to be great now. And then 2 months later at like Christmas, I asked her, it's just like, oh, so what did you think? And I saw it. I was just like, I don't know. It seems kind of like 4. But whatever. I don't really care. I'm not like a Star Wars lover. I'm not a Star Wars hater. I just kind of exist. And she said to me, it's okay. And this is the biggest Star Wars fan you have ever heard of. That's the biggest Star Wars fan I knew of. And I knew that after that, it was just like, it was not going in a good direction.
Yeah.
But maybe she was just sad because she had like all the extended universe books or a lot of them, to my knowledge.
See, to me, I've never seen a Star Wars. I've seen a third of a Star Wars movie. At a friend's sleepover. We got bored, so we stopped watching it.
Nice.
I forget which one it even was. Anyway, so with my complete non-knowledge of Star Wars, to me, Star Wars Episode 7 is very reminiscent of Sonic the Hedgehog 4. To give a Sonic reference, you don't play Sonic, but let me explain.
I'm waiting.
So the classic Sonic series 1, 2, 3, each game was like super adding on to the previous one, and like by Sonic 3 they had like all this new stuff. Yeah, it had like elemental power-ups. You could play as Knuckles, like it was crazy. Like Sonic 3 was basically a masterpiece. And then at some point, a few years, I don't even know, like 8 years ago or so, Sonic 4 comes out, and it's essentially just like rehashing Sonic 1 mostly, except the physics are kind of fucked up, and the graphics, like, it's a more modernized graphical style to where it's like almost 3D in a way, like what you'd expect of like a Melee kind of game, right? 2.5D. So it's still 2D Sonic, but for some reason, and like Sonic 2 was like vastly different from Sonic 1, and 3 was even more different than 2. Like each game was like adding on to it tremendously and like making it seem like its own thing. Whereas Sonic 4, it just seemed like Sonic 1 style ripoff with bad physics, and the game's not even that good. So that reminds me of like Star Wars 7 just seems like, oh hey, remember that old movie we used to have? Yeah, this is basically that again, except modern, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what Sonic 4 felt like. That's why Sonic 4 fell flat. So
yeah, I don't know enough about Star Wars to like analyze it and be like, oh well, Disney saw that the prequels were bad, so they just wanted to go back to the well, and
like
everybody liked
this
one.
Let's just rehash all the stuff that worked, and not like try to expand too much on the universe.
But we don't know what anybody was actually thinking. Maybe it was just fan service. Who knows? But,
and again, that's from a place of I have never seen a Star Wars movie, so that's just based on what I've heard. That's my analysis.
I've seen every Star Wars movie except for the last one. Like I've seen, I saw on Netflix the the Han Solo one, Solo.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Rogue One. I saw all the 1 through 8, but it was even before COVID, wasn't it, when 9 came out? And I waited until like JXE or Mahler to make an analysis video, and so that I would watch it. Like nice. I eventually I just had no interest in watching it because everybody was just like, what the fuck is going on? That eventually the analyses came out, and I was like, okay, I'll watch hers or his or whatever. And I don't know. It's just I would like to talk to my cousin and see where she thinks the series is now. But I don't remember how we got on that.
You wanted to cover a topic. I thought Star Wars was your topic just now.
No,
it wasn't.
I was just kind of like following up on the analyses videos.
So transitioning into your actual topic.
Yeah, sure. Transition to my actual topic. Oh, I'd like to apologize.
Apology accepted.
Thank you. So
you forgot it was my birthday, didn't you? God, it's my birthday. What the heck, man?
I actually did. Do I have an alarm set for it, or like I think I have a reminder set for it.
Honestly, I couldn't care less if someone forgets it, because I don't know pretty much anyone's birthday outside like my immediate family.
Same.
I'm so bad with birthdays.
I know my best bud Sebastian and Josh.
Actually,
but that's only.
I know my best friend Encore. His birthday's on 4/20. So
perfect.
There you go.
I'd like to apologize to what was it? Cyan Studios. Cyan. What was it? We were talking about it before the podcast.
Studios. They make like Myst and stuff.
Cyan Worlds.
Not Studios.
So I was talking about Abduction a couple weeks ago, the game that was free on Epic Games.
You were playing it. It was on the screen.
Yeah, and from the makers of what was it, Riven and Myst. And I was talking about the camera controls in the cart.
Oh, right. I know what you're getting at now. Yeah,
and how bad they were.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that podcast actually went up, I was like, you know what? I got some time to kill this evening. Whatever. I'll turn on the game. And I was like, you know what? I'll try playing it with keyboard and mouse to see if any of the camera issues get fixed by it. And lo and behold, maybe there's some way to make it work with the controller. I was having issues with it, obviously, but you know what? With mouse and keyboard, the camera in the little cart that I was complaining about, totally easy. You can you right click in order to go from camera to camera.
Mm-hmm.
And basically wake it up. It's not a screenshot mode. It's just maybe there's a button equivalent on the controller, like I was saying. But I was talking some smack about it 2 weeks ago, and I have realized that maybe I was wrong. And
well, I mean, you were right for that control style.
Possibly. Maybe I didn't do enough investigating.
But okay, what I'm thinking about now is, I'm kind of surprised that for a game like that, you're playing a controller in the first place.
I always default to controller.
If, you wouldn't play The Witness with a controller.
I did on the PlayStation.
What?
Yeah.
You were doing the line puzzles, meticulously with the control stick?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you madman.
I'm not a big fan of mouse and keyboard.
I feel like these puzzle kind of games are really geared towards mouse and keyboard.
You would, Trey. You would.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I feel like maybe because I'm just mouse and keyboard's my default, because I got hook up the controller again and get it going.
I was thinking about it as I was going through the first bit of The Witness, because you have to turn your head and then activate this what is kind of like The Witness, the line puzzle mm-hmm. dot that goes on your screen, and then it moves so slowly with the control stick that I was like, maybe I should just use mouse and keyboard. But I was fighting that, and now if I end up going through more of Abduction, which I only played probably 45 minutes during that one session, and I got significantly farther than I was, but I was complaining to you about it, it's just one of those games where you're just constant, you get a little bit of you get a little bit deeper into it, it's just like, oh, I figured out this one thing, but now I'm totally confused again.
You never feel like you know what you're doing for a long period of time.
Yeah, there's never like momentum to it. There's never like, oh, I figured this out, so I figured out these 3 things, and then I'm stuck again. It's like, oh, I figured out this one thing, and halt.
So it's just like a bunch of unrelated little mysteries and puzzles. Not even puzzles, I guess.
It's just like, at this point, it's still investigating the environment and like be like, oh, the laser on the cart can destroy this boulder. Okay.
Yeah.
What am I really going to do? Like, there's a guy in a vault that kind of is giving you missions, kind of. It's like, he's like, turn on the water for the tree. But I'm like, I know where the tree is and I know where the water is. But I'm like, I'm supposed to get over there.
How do I turn on the water?
It's just like, what are all the roadblocks in between me and getting to turning on the water for this tree? And I'm just like,
So there's no rules to learn. It's just like a bunch of individual, because the Witness, you learn a rule, how a puzzle works, you can do all those puzzles.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's like unrelated, a bunch of things you got to figure out.
Well, like I was saying the other week, it's not a bunch of puzzles. It's just a bunch of things in a row that you have to like you have to find something in the environment and then continue on in the game.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I opened this door. Oh, I went through this passageway. Oh, there hasn't been a puzzle yet.
It just sounds like people who often get stuck in games' worst nightmare.
Yeah. And
I'm a very getting stuck kind of gamer, so I probably shouldn't play that game.
And I consider myself very observant.
Yeah.
Like in video games.
I would agree. You found 700 plus Korok seeds guideless.
Yeah.
So that's pretty insane.
I look around, I pay attention to the games, but it's just like I don't know. There's no, if there was like a little bit of momentum somewhere, I'd be like, oh yes, I want to feel that again. And then
you just feel like you're constantly fighting to make progress and like not really doing a whole lot.
Yeah. And then it's just like, oh, I went through a door. It's like, oh, I'm in a new place now. And I'm stuck.
And what do I do?
Yeah, it's just like, and I'm stuck again. Okay. And then it's just like, oh, I found this extra little bit. The least satisfying part of most games, like it's not just Abduction, it's like when you find a little piece of something where you think to yourself, oh, this might be important. But it doesn't immediately become important, or it's just, like I found this little loop for the cart, right? Where it's just like, oh, you can turn the cart around in this area. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I turned the cart around and then I opened like a wall and I was like, oh, okay. So it was for that. And then I can't get to where I broke open the wall. So I'm like, okay, so what was the point of any of this? What do I have to do next? like I destroyed a wall that I can't get to. Okay.
Cool.
Where, and I'm just like stuck again. And I'm like, I don't know.
Damn, that sounds rough.
But that's where I'm at.
That's where I'm at right now. You're still making progress on that?
I've been playing it for like 45 minutes a week. I've been playing Rocket League, man.
Yeah, it sounds like it's frustrating to play for a long period of time.
I don't know. I'll try it again before next recording of a solo episode, and then I'll complain about it again for a justified reason and not just for the camera.
All right. Well, in Mario news, we had the great return of Liam.
I heard about that.
Famous former 120-star world record holder Liam. He was pretty much missing in action. I don't know what he was doing the past like year and a half or so. Just nothing on Twitter, nothing in his Discord, no streams for like a year and a half.
Is he fourth right now?
That sounds about right. I don't know, like what, him, Simply, Cheese,
and then
is Batora first?
Batora.
Yeah, so right. Liam got world record back in the day. I actually, funnily enough,
back in the day? That was so recent.
It was, I want to say early 2020?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Okay, what's funny is that I remember exactly the place I was in when he got that record. Because I was at my old job. This was like a couple of months before I actually got fired from that job, funnily enough. Because getting fired is so funny. And I was at that job. I was doing one of my tasks, which is like going over, because I was like in a quality lab, and one of our things we did was go over to the plant where they like actually produce the shit and take like salmonella swabs, like swab something. We test it, run it through a thing the next day. see if any salmonella's in the plants. Mm-hmm. And I was swabbing for salmonella at the same time I was reading my phone device.
You were reading your phone device,
reading my mobile phone device, reading Twitter, and I see, oh, hey, Liam got the record. Let's go. I don't know why. I remember just being at the plants reading Twitter when it happened. But
yeah, I had never heard of Liam ever. I don't know. I just wasn't that into SM64. And then when he started to get really, really good, I started hearing about him and his horrible internet. And
it wasn't even that bad. I usually watch the stream. I could still make his face out. Usually.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. I'm known to sit in an SM64 stream somewhat like Puncation. Back in the day I used to watch R2 a lot, and
I think I actually watch Puncation the most out of any Mario 64 streamer now.
Yeah, probably.
It's just fun to tune into and hear whatever weird shit he talks about.
I don't know. He's good to have on in the background.
He's a good talker, honestly.
And Liam was like that for a while. Like, Liam's streaming. Oh, he's on world record pace or whatever. It's like, I'll have him on in the background, and that kind of thing. So he's back.
Yeah, after a year and a half or so, he did a return stream. He's derusting, actual derust.
Actual derust.
We were ranting about people who say, "Oh, I'm so rusty, I got to derust," and they're not rusty. The last time they played was like what, a month ago. Like, they're not rusty. But Liam
actually derusted.
Actually rusty. He did like a no reset run or something. What was it, like a 150 or some shit? I don't know.
Ugh.
Disgusting, right?
Gross.
But yeah, I guess he's gonna get serious about the game again? Question mark? Maybe.
Cool.
I don't actually know. I tuned in very briefly to the return stream. I don't have the full info on what he plans on doing really, but it was cool to see him return. So he's alive and well. So yeah.
People returning to the game that they're known for is kind of hype. It's what was the old adage that you used to have where it's just like,
oh, okay, this is actually the main reason I put this down. I'm so glad you said that. I had this literally in parentheses, and I didn't even mention this till now. This goes along with min-maxing everything.
Yeah, I am.
This is in video games. Min-maxing your stats can be very effective. You know, have a particular unit of your squad, have like, you know, forego his other stuff like luck or defense, go all in on strength. Maybe someone else just go all in on defense, be a super tanky person. That's min-maxing, is you're minimizing other stuff to maximize something to be super broken in some way.
Yeah.
But the same thing applies to real life in just random scenarios, especially in terms of how often you, say, put out content or stream or tweet or anything. Because the two most effective things, depending on what it is, are put something out like once every long period of time, like once every few months or even like once a year. And it's guaranteed to be a banger because people are waiting with bated breath. Then out of nowhere, oh my God, this guy who like almost never uploads or almost never does stuff, he posted something. Now we have to like make it an event almost.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, oh well, oh they posted something. Oh, I gotta look at it.
Like Liam wouldn't have had 1,000+ viewers just streaming on a regular schedule. Mm-hmm. That came from minimizing his streamage and then coming back like in a much awaited return, and then boom, holy shit, oh my God, he's back.
PPMD.
Yeah, PPMD. When PPMD didn't stream for a long time and then has his return streams, those were popping off like crazy.
Like over 10,000 viewers.
Yeah, easy 10,000 viewers. And then compare that to him streaming on a regular basis. He gets, what, like a couple hundred or so? Yep. You know, nothing against PPMD. That's just the laws of nature. Like the min-maxing laws of nature. On the other side of that token, you can maximize, do the Wilco approach in a way, stream like 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, go like put out a lot of content. And, you know, each individual piece of content may not get that many views or that many viewers, but you're putting out so much, it's still effective. So, like, min-maxing what you put out on the internet is one form of, much like in video games, you want to min-max your stuff to bring in the most attention, I guess.
I feel like it's different based on, like, YouTube versus Twitch. I feel like Twitch...
Yeah. I think that putting out as much as possible on YouTube, not really that good of an idea typically.
Probably not.
But in terms of streaming a lot, you want to like stream a lot for sure. So
yeah, you want to be live. You want to be live. I remember Ludwig talking about it a bit. It's not really a rule that he follows anymore, I don't think, but he used to.
He doesn't have to follow any rules now.
Yeah, whenever he posted a YouTube video, he would be live. Like, he would make sure to be live on Twitch so that when the person finished watching their YouTube video or his YouTube video and they scrolled down to his description, he would always, and it's just like, oh, I stream live on Twitch, or this was streamed live on Twitch, or whatever. This is a highlight from, and it was just twitch.tv/Ludwig Ogren, and people would click it, and he'd be live. He would make sure.
Dang.
That every time.
I never thought of that. I wonder, the thing is, I'm on the men's side. I upload very infrequently to my main YouTube because I like really put in, I don't do YouTube full time, and I put in like my blood, sweat, and tears into each video that I make.
Whoa.
But like, I guess if I streamed immediately following an upload, see, I couldn't do that because, see, he uploads daily or somewhat. Yeah, I guess daily. But like me, I'm like so emotionally drained the day I actually put something up because I'm just like mentally thinking, oh God, are they going to like it? I feel like I couldn't stream that day. That is an effective tactic if you upload pretty often. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but yeah, he's the max of it all. Or tries to. Yeah, anyway.
he just maxes everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good if you have the time and the willingness to do it.
The min-max philosophy carries forward
in video games and real life for sure. So there you go. I feel like we covered that last season, but just to reiterate, it still holds up.
Min-maxing.
And Liam is another prime example of that.
Yep. It's good that he's back.
Yeah, Liam. Yep.
If he pushes toward, I don't know. I don't know anything about SM64.
I vaguely follow what they do. I mean, honestly,
side flip.
I forgot that Batora had the record currently. That's how up to date I am. Mm-hmm. It's been, I mean, honestly, like 16 Star has been the big thing recently. Summoning Salt put out a video about 16 Star, and it was pretty good. It was Summoning Salt. He's also he's on the men's side. He's the putting something out every few months, and it's an event, I better watch this kind of deal.
Yeah, I gotta sit down. I'm gonna get my snackies.
And that's what I kind of go for on my channel. Is like, I'm not gonna put something out all the time, but I guess I sort of in a way dilute that because I also still currently upload my speedruns to that channel. But I guess if you just ignore those, then it's like, an actual upload. Let's go. So. Boom.
You know what? I'm going to transition very well into this topic.
Okay, let's go.
So min-maxing in YouTube and Twitch, that's who knows? You want to be the max, you want to be the min. The Marvel Cinematic Universe of movies is very max.
Mm-hmm.
Or they were, at least, to a point before COVID and like Endgame and Infinity War and all that stuff, and now it's the new phase 4, and all the streaming services stuff, the what is it, WandaVision, I'm gonna name them, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
That and then, sounds like a name of a thing. Yes,
that's a television show, and then Black Widow. Yep. Those are the things that are out. So this past week, and you probably heard that it existed, Spider-Man No Way Home.
I've actually not heard that existed.
You didn't know? No. Oh my God. It broke a bunch of records.
I'm out of the loop.
All right. Do you care at all about Spider-Man?
I think Spider-Man's dope. I saw the Spider-Man 1 in theaters when I was like a little kid.
Nice.
So there you go.
Have you seen Spider-Man 2?
I don't remember, honestly.
No.
I don't really watch superhero movies.
I'm so sad right now.
I saw Iron Man.
I should have gotten you to watch the trailer.
Yeah, you should have.
I should in my mind, I was sitting there going like, I should get Trey to watch the trailer. I'm like, way he didn't.
My favorite superhero is Vince from Invincible.
Vince, yeah.
We call him Vince.
What's his real name?
No, I don't fucking know.
Vince from Invincible.
I don't remember.
What's his name? Nate?
You know what's funny is that
Mark.
I probably saw ads and stuff about that, like on my timeline and everything. But I just glaze over it because I'm like, oh, cool, whatever, Spider-Man, fucking who cares?
So the new trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home came out, or the first official teaser trailer.
Does it have him swinging from building to building?
He does do that.
Oh my God, I gotta see this.
In the movie, or whatever. I haven't really cared about the new Spider-Man.
I'm sold.
I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't cared about the new Superman, or Spider-Man. Or the new Superman, you know? I'll accept
yeah, anything for that matter.
You know what? Any man. I don't care.
I'm all about the women now. You know what?
Aquaman.
I'm tired
Get out of my way.
I'm tired of all these men, all right? I don't... Spider-Man, who cares, all right?
Wonder Woman, though. All right. But... Well, man. All right. So No Way Home came out. All right, the trailer.
Yeah,
okay.
What was it? Was it cool?
I haven't cared about the new Spider-Man. Like, it's, what is it, Homecoming, and then Far From Home. I watched those movies, and I was like, okay, cool, they exist. The newer movie, the teaser trailer, they're bringing in the multiverse. All right?
Oh, shit, yo.
And I don't... I can't... This is so hard to do without you having watched the trailer. Okay.
No, just describe it. It's easy.
So the trailer has Peter Parker basically asking Doctor Strange to do this. There's a spoiler for the end of No Way or Far From Home, but it's going to be a spoiler that you'll hear.
Wait, hold up. Peter Parker still plays Spider-Man?
Peter Parker still plays after all of these years.
Dude, that's crazy.
See, that's actually a relevant question right now. So like, Peter Parker still plays Spider-Man. So at the end of the last movie, his enemy basically revealed to the world that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
No way.
And he's like, you know what, bro? Doctor Strange, I don't want the world to know that I'm Spider-Man. I can't have this on my shoulders anymore. Like, I want to be anonymous again. This is ruining my life.
We are Legion. We are anonymous. Expect us.
And Doctor Strange does a spell and somehow screws up the time.
Does a spell? What is this, Harry Potter?
Have you not? Do you not?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Sorry, I was about to rage like really hard.
Sorry, I haven't consumed the necessary media from the overlord companies.
But you just gotta know.
Yeah, I know Spider-Man. Fuck you.
Okay, so he makes a spell, and somehow he screws it up. I don't know. We don't know. It's just a teaser trailer. Nothing in the trailer actually is like cemented. So it's just like, it could be just a way that the trailer explains. Anyway, he screws up like the multiverse. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing about this movie is that there's going to be villains. So, you know, from Spider-Man 1.
Yes.
The multiverse. The multiverse is going to combine. Or like characters from other versions of Spider-Man are shown in the trailers. So Willem Dafoe playing Green Goblin, his laugh is in the trailer, and I think he's already confirmed to be in the movie. So Spider-Man 1, the movie that you saw when you were a kid.
Yes, I know Green Goblin.
The same character, the same actor. And from Spider-Man 2, the best Spider-Man movie, Dr. Octopus is in the trailer. He's literally there. He says, "Hey, Peter," or "Hi, Peter," or whatever. And he's there. Oh my God, this is so hard. I can't believe.
Hey or hi, that makes a big difference.
One of the two. Hi, Peter. Hey, Peter. One of the two. But, hello. He says hello. No, he says hello, Peter.
Oh, you were wrong on both accounts. God damn.
I was wrong on both accounts.
But anyway, man.
It's good. I watched the trailer. I don't care about Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but if they're bringing back, it's all but confirmed. They haven't confirmed it, and they've actually disputed that it's happening, but it has to happen. So the old Spider-Men are probably going to come back to play Spider-Man in this Spider-Man movie and fight all of the enemies from their previous like iterations of Spider-Man.
What I do I vaguely remember seeing stuff about, like, I've seen screenshots of like Peter Parker and Tom Holland like together. And shit.
He plays Peter Parker.
Yeah. Wait, what?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm so confused now. Go ahead.
Did you just say Peter Parker and Tom Holland together?
Yeah, in the same thing. They both play Spider-Man.
I can't. What? Is this a joke?
No, dude. I see stuff on Twitter. I don't follow it. I don't care about Spider-Man.
I can't.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Tom Holland is the actor that plays Peter Parker / Spider-Man.
Yes. Wait. Oh my God. Wait, what's his name?
Tobey Maguire?
Oh, I was thinking that Tobey Maguire was Peter Parker, dude.
No.
I was thinking, wait, Tobey Maguire? Wait, what did I say earlier? Oh my God.
You said Peter Parker still plays Spider-Man? And I thought you were just joking.
Okay. I was thinking Tobey Maguire, my bad.
Okay.
I saw a screenshot of Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland in the same thing.
But that's the whole thing. They might be bringing back the whole Spider crew.
Yeah. I got you.
That's the whole, and that's why it's big news, and that's why it's breaking records. And you still haven't seen the trailer.
No, I don't care about it.
Well, I know, but it's just sad. Like I didn't look at the teaser trailer announcement and go like, oh, I should watch this. I was just kind of like, I don't know, I'm bored. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw it, but I don't. It was like a thoughts, and then it wasn't a thought, and then I moved on with my day.
Anyway, so that was the least satisfying topic I've ever had.
That was confusing because I was thinking Peter Parker was the actor, but that was actually just the dude in the universe.
Yeah, in the universe, he's the dude in the suit.
I think of Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker so much, I thought of him as like one and the same.
And you can continue thinking that if he's in this movie.
Cool.
Which would be hype because his version of enemies.
What do you mean if? Wasn't it like confirmed? There were screenshots.
But it's all but confirmed. They've actually been on interviews, like Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, who plays the Amazing Spider-Man, have said that it's not happening. But it's like it has to happen. Kind of a thing. Okay. So it's probably happening, but they haven't confirmed it. None of the other Spider-Men are in any trailers, but they have Dr. Octopus from the first Spider-Man universe, and they have Electro from the second Spider-Man universe, Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. So it would make sense that the other Spider-Men are involved, because why wouldn't you? If you're going to spend that much money on Jamie Foxx, why wouldn't you spend some amount of money on... But then again, then we're throwing money everywhere.
They got the money.
Movies are broken because they don't have salary caps like sports. Because they could just be like, okay, we're going to pay for Jamie Foxx, and then we're going to pay for Tobey Maguire, and then we're going to pay for Willem Dafoe, and then we're going to pay for Tom Holland and all these people. And then sports are just like, okay, we can afford Tom Brady and nobody else.
Yeah, that way, not one team gets super OP, right?
Yeah, but then this franchise can be as OP as possible.
Because it's art and not
because it's
sport.
Art. Well, it is competitive, though.
True. I mean, competing to get the most money.
Against other things.
Everything in capitalism is a competition for money.
Yeah. But then they put a salary cap on. Why can't they? Oh, whatever.
Because it's the art of competition. Like actual playing competition. There you go.
So that's Spider-Man. That's my Spider-Man announcement. And then Venom 2 is also happening.
So wait, if it's a thing that theoretically everyone, including me, should be well aware of, then why are we announcing
it? Why are we talking about it?
Yeah, why are we bringing this up?
Because I wanted to talk about it with somebody that probably saw the trailer, because we do a podcast every week, and I just it was on my notes, and I was just like, I'm kind of excited for it when I haven't cared.
All right, then what looks exciting about it?
That the old enemies are coming back, and it's from franchises that I used to care about, because I watched Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, and I've watched all the Spider-Men, and I'm like, okay.
I should probably watch more like Marvel and like superhero-esque movies.
Yeah.
So, dude, it's like 2 hours each movie. I don't have that kind of time.
You know what? You and I, I'm going to tell Podcast Land, but you and I, we've been doing the movie nights.
We did a movie night. Or no, two.
Yeah, well, we did two. We did one with KO.
That's right.
We watched. So far, we've watched Stargate and Buster Scruggs. The Ballad
of Buster Scruggs.
And both fine movies, but you know what? We can deter and go to like.
Let's go to superhero stuff.
Spider-Man 2.
I need to get more civilized, more culturized. What's the word?
Cultured.
More cultured, not culturized.
Culturized.
I need to get more cultured on large media conglomerate superhero bullshit. Let's go.
But yeah, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. That's why. And then Venom 2 is also
that
happening.
Sounds dope. I mean, a lot of shit coming together is always hype.
I like the idea of me bringing it up, and you're just like, why do you want to bring it up though? And I'm just like, I don't. What? I have to defend this now? I don't know.
I guess you said it transitioned from min-maxing everything. They're maxing out the universe.
My transition was that my transition was that the Marvel Cinematic Universe oversaturizes the moviedom, the movie environment, like the max.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And then this is Marvel Universe.
And I don't watch any of them.
And you don't watch any of them. Thumbs up.
Because I got better things to do, like play video games.
Hey, I watch them, some of them. I don't think I've watched all of them. Maybe not. I'd pick at them.
I've seen Captain America and Iron Man, and that's it.
God, we you know what? For movie night, I'm gonna get Disney Plus.
We need to invent a 26-hour day, and then I dedicate 2 hours of that day to a movie.
And then we're good. All the MCU straight. See, that feels like it'll be exhausting. That's why I'm like thinking about, because I've actually had a couple movies like in mind to watch, like Princess Mononoke. I haven't seen since I was a kid, which is like an old anime movie from the 90s, maybe the late 80s, 90s, and 10 Things I Hate About You, which is like old Heath Ledger movie, kind of rom-com-y, but like I haven't seen those in so long, and it would be a good excuse to just like sit down and kind of make fun of them. But I guess MCU would be workable too, or just like older Spider-Man movies, so that you can be like, oh yeah, Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. Oh, I remember this. You know?
Yeah.
Sure. that was one of my topics.
Hell yeah.
That was so. You don't know how unsatisfied I am.
I don't have anything to say. I'm sorry.
I know. I know.
We should have planned this ahead of time.
I needed to get you to watch the trailer. I think that's what the.
Well, I mean, what? It's like 2 minutes long. I could easily watch that.
Yeah, I know. But I just didn't think of it. I just didn't think you hadn't seen it.
I mean, you pretty much described what it showed. I mean, I guess we're good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but think of it like, think of what I said, right?
Yeah.
But like with Spider-Man.
Whoa, I see it now. Oh my god, it's Spider-Man. Yes.
Spins a web. And he's just think of that in the background.
Okay.
Right? And then you're like, whoa, I'm there.
Whoa.
Crazy. Whoa.
Anyway.
All right. You want me to go to my next thing? I got a list.
Yeah, go to your next thing. All
right. What's my next thing that
I had a thing, but I kind of want to save it because I doubt that anyone survived past that cringe of me not knowing shit.
Okay, so you don't want.
But if you have survived, you are a hero. I appreciate you.
Oh my god. How about, okay, this is my suggestion. We could pause the podcast. You could watch the trailer.
Okay. Pausing. No. And we're back.
Hey, we're back.
I watched the trailer. It's exactly how you described it. Good job.
From listening. Yeah, okay. All right. Now, yeah, okay, we watched the trailer. Trey watched the trailer.
I watched the trailer, guys.
Just nothing. All right. It would have been the exact same. It would have been the exact same.
See, I don't know what me seeing it would have added, honestly.
I don't know.
Hey, it was cool. It had cool special effects. It was dope.
I just need to wallow here for a moment. You want to? So you're okay. Let's talk about this. You want to avoid, because of that topic, because you had no idea what we were talking about. You want to postpone your topic so that, because you don't think that people actually watch or listen through that.
Because it's very important, and I think I don't have the energy right now.
Okay. All right. Sure.
But you had more stuff to get to, right? So
I can go through my list. We can run through my list.
See, you have a list. I have literally like one stupid little thing. So
this is my Sid list. Just like last time, we had like, it was like what was it last time? It was the Pokemon Real. What was it? The live action Pokemon, the other stuff in a row, and your reactions to it. Okay. All right. We got my list. Pokemon Go Pandemic Distances. Have you heard about this?
I think I've heard about it. Yeah.
So Pokemon Go recently, like over COVID, they made it so that it was like within 80 feet of a place or whatever you could be.
I have heard about this. Yeah,
and still get the benefits. And they retracted that like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or something. And everybody was like, "Why?" Because hey, we're still in a pandemic, or a lot of people still are. This is threatening. Like, if I want to play my Pokemon Go game, I have to like threaten getting COVID or whatever.
What was the exact date it was retracted?
When they went back, when they reversed it.
Yeah.
It was I don't know what specific day. It was like a week ago, like 5 days ago.
Maybe? Oh, so it was like after things were like already ramping up.
Oh, no. Okay, when they reversed it, it was like a month ago.
Okay, yeah, I figured, because like doing it now, it don't really make much sense.
No, but they've gone back to the within 80 feet rule.
Okay, isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it was a bad thing, and now it's a good thing.
I thought you were saying they did the bad thing just now. I was like, what?
No, they did the bad thing, and then people complained about it, and then they did the good thing. It's like the OnlyFans thing.
So how does it work? Like, as long as you're within 80 feet of a Pokemon, you can interact with it?
Yeah, within a Pokestop or whatever. I don't know anything about Pokemon Go. This is my like, if I was you talking about Spider-Man Far From Home, but I'm actually trying.
See, okay, I at least played Pokemon Go, which I believe, I don't know, like, it was pretty popular.
Yeah, I think you have to be within 80 feet of a Pokestop.
Yeah, assuming that Pokemon Go works the same way it did back in 2016, then yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So they've fixed that, and people are much happier about it.
Okay.
So that's the one thing. Okay, next thing on the list.
Woo!
And I kind of hinted at it. OnlyFans delay October 1st porn ban.
Oh yeah, I guess there was a joke that like they had the idea to ban porn after a moment of post-nut clarity. It's like, maybe what we're doing is wrong. Maybe we should just ban porn. This is disgusting.
I saw you linked me the Miller genuine draft tweet. Where they were just like, oh yeah, we were thinking about like removing beer from our cans, and then we thought that was stupid. And it was like, it was a quote retweet of them being like, yeah, we, you know what, we're hearing everybody's response, and we're like thinking about not doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I remember reading the OnlyFans tweet being like, oh yeah, we're deciding to. I don't remember what's the exact wording. My note says delay October 1st porn ban. I don't think it was delay. I think it was like rethink, essentially.
I think they said they wanted to not postpone.
Yeah, it wasn't delay or something.
It was a specific word that was like sort of worrying because it means they could just like go back on it at any point.
Yeah, it wasn't like push back, but it wasn't like we aren't thinking about it still. You know?
Yeah, I can't think of the word.
Yeah, I can't think of it either. But so that I'm just glad when I saw the tweet, I was just happy that we mentioned it at the beginning of last podcast. Yeah. So that it was just like, oh, funny joke. OnlyFans is removing porn. And then a week later, because if I didn't mention it last episode, it would have been like, oh, it's been 2 weeks. So OnlyFans has announced that they were removing porn, or like putting porn behind a pay, or like a legacy mode, or whatever T King was spouting on about. I didn't actually look into what they were proposing.
I don't know if T King was right or not, but maybe it was a rumor.
But this podcast would have been like, so over the past 2 weeks, maybe it would have been funnier. It was like, over the past 2 weeks, OnlyFans just kind of did a gut check. They were just kind of like, oh, do you want to, what if we ban porn? Oh, okay, we won't.
What if we, like, YouTube saying, like, what if we didn't have videos? Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine them, like, even thinking that was a good idea, but I guess they did. So
that's the only thing that they're known for. But
I just thought of something that I'm sure you have written down.
Okay, shoot.
It was the Ocarina of Time. Nope. Beaten in Brawl.
Oh, I didn't write it down because I knew you wrote it.
Okay, I'm very passionate about this because for the longest time, ever since, like, I always thought in my brain, even like years ago, seeing the, even when like Wrong Warp was first found and I was first introduced to the speedrunning community, like as soon as that, like thoughts were entering my head of like, man, this game is getting so crazy fast. What if someday they could actually like complete Ocarina of Time within the demo in Brawl? Because in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the fighting game, they have this section of like little, what are they called, like highlights or like retro. There's a name for it. And they have like Mario Bros, Kid Icarus, various other games. And there's a 5-minute Ocarina of Time demo within Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Something legacy demo.
Yeah, like a legacy thing.
Yeah.
And I guess either I'm misremembering or the Mandela effect, but I could have sworn that in the demo there were just 3 blank files. But apparently there's 2 files that are like halfway through the game.
Yeah,
in the demo.
One starts as a kid and one starts as an adult.
So basically, you can start from a file that already has like a fair bit of progress, like already having adult unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
So you can at least like play more than just the intro cutscene, I guess.
Yeah, the kid one starts after the intro cutscene, so that it's not. So the entire just like, oh, you get a 5-minute demo, Navi. Go find Link.
Navi flying around.
Yeah, and then Navi just going through Kokiri Forest, bumping into a fence. It's like, bro, I only have 5 minutes.
And then you walk out your house and it's over.
And Sorry is just like, hey, and then it's gone. It's
like,
over.
wow, that's the worst demo ever. But yeah, so from a halfway done file in the Brawl demo, it was various people, but like the person who actually performed the run, his name is Save State. But again, like credit due to all the people who like glitch hunted it and figured out the route. Using advanced, super broken things like SRM and various things I understand, because I don't run Ocarina of Time, initially they actually beat the demo with a credits warp. So they had like an SRM or whatever set up. They picked up invisible things, they set them down, they went in specific angles, went through a loading zone, and then boom, in the credits, in under 5 minutes. Then the demo ends, which is kind of funny. Mm-hmm. And then a couple of, I think like 2 or 3 days after that, they actually figured out a route and Save State completed a run of Defeat Ganon. So you can actually, using other SRM stuff in a different route. And I think the Defeat Ganon route is much stricter because like it also includes like, you have to also defeat Ganon in the time limit on top of like the initial setup.
Yep.
So you pretty much like warp to the cutscene before the final boss fight, beat the boss fight, and then like you can see the final cutscene for like 2 seconds, then it ends.
Dude, I do love that. I thought that was the funniest part where it's just like he stabs Ganon in his nose, and then it's just like, oh, my time was a 4:58, and then 1, and then demo 2, over. And then it's just like, oh, your demo's over, and then it goes back to the Brawl Legacy demo select screen, and it's just like, oh, that's really funny.
But it's so crazy how, and again, a misconception among people, like there were journalism like articles written about it, and
there was journalism about it.
Journalism happened. And again, in classic gaming journalism fashion, I think some of the article sources didn't fully understand the idea that, I think some were claiming that it was faster on Brawl than like a regular cartridge or like VC, because they didn't realize you're starting from like a halfway done file, essentially. Mm-hmm. So there was a misconception of like, oh my God, Brawl's the fastest version. Like, no, it's not actually. But again, it's really cool that this thing that I always thought in my brain as like a joke, like, oh, what if you could beat the Brawl thing, actually came true. So all I can say is Ocarina of Time glitch hunters are insane.
I wonder if people, there's got to be a way, like people have definitely made it so that the demos you just can play and the 5-minute timer doesn't affect anything.
Oh, right? Yeah, I mean, if you hack Brawl itself, sure.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, it's also crazy. They just, the full ROM of Ocarina of Time just exists in Brawl.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It is crazy. Well, because they made it so open-ended, it's not like you go from the first bit, so they're just like, okay, let's put like, depending on how fast people are, let's put the first 12 minutes in, and like if they want to speedrun it, maybe they'll get to almost 12 minutes. Like we got to pad it a little bit, but they made it, they put them, especially at the adult part, or at the adult file, you can just kind of go anywhere. Like you can go to the spirit, like towards the Gerudo Desert. You can go to Kokiri Forest. Like you can just basically go everywhere. So it makes sense that they just put the whole game in it.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been more work to like remove stuff from an already like relatively small game compared to the entirety of Brawl.
Oh yeah,
because like 64 games are like pretty small file size wise.
Yeah, and same with like with all the legacy demos, they have like Ice Climbers and like all the other like what Super Mario Brothers. So why would they remove
I'm sure they
stuff
had
from
Kid
that?
Icarus because like Pit was in it. So
yeah, maybe. I don't.
I believe.
You know what? I believe you.
I believe I'm right.
All right. So that
wasn't
on my
that
list.
Happened.
That wasn't on my list. Can I complain about it for a sec?
Yeah, you know what? We hate Ocarina of Time.
Like, it's cool. It's cool that it's done within 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
But like watching the run, I was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's this thing where he just kind of like picks up a plant and he looks in the direction. Like, it's cool. Like, it's interesting that it can work. But he's still like doing a bomb slide and then picking up a plant and then looking at a wall.
Yeah,
like
that's SRM for you.
Yeah. I guess.
And, okay, now they got to find out how to beat it in 5 minutes in a cool way.
Yeah.
And not a lame way. Not a way where our jock senses are tingling. Where it's like, oh man, this is such nerdy shit. But this doesn't count.
Like, I get it. Like, I get the whole, we beat it in 5 minutes no matter what we had to do. Like, I get that part. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's just like, I just wanted to voice my 10-second point at the end where it's just like, yeah.
See, you got to understand, Sid's the kind of guy, he doesn't like tasks. He doesn't like super game-breaking stuff where you can't tell what's happening. You're more of a fan of just like this looks like a cool skip or like something I understand or like a human could do this. And
the human condition.
Yeah, you're very much like you enjoy the human elements part of gaming.
Yeah. Like one of my favorite things in speedrunning that happened in like the past couple months is Ouija almost getting the 16-star world record and then jumping the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, how... That is
to be fair,
so
that
interesting.
That was a funny moment no matter who you are.
I know, but it's just like, that was so interesting that it happened.
Yeah.
Just like, and then and his reaction was, all right, another run.
Yeah, Ouija's insane. He's on another plane of existence or something.
But yeah, the human condition is very fascinating to me.
Yeah. See, I enjoy that, and I enjoy tasks. I like the best. I like everything.
I like little bits of tasks.
That's
you
fair.
know. I like, you can do this level this way.
Sometimes a task can be a little bit much at times.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like they're doing this crazy stuff a human can never do. That's cool, but yeah.
Like when Zelpiku tasks a thing and and during downtime, I hate downtime for tasks.
Oh, you hate swag points?
Well, it's not that I hate swag points. It's always very similar swag points. It's just like, I'm just going to put as many inputs into this controller as I can because I'm a computer.
You got to admit, and I don't even think you saw this, when Zelpiku spelled the word task with the airstrip goop, that was dope.
I didn't see that.
Like, you admit that's if you saw that, you think that's dope.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, there you go. So you're saying taskers got to up their swag game a little bit.
Yeah, if you got or nothing.
Yeah.
I respect nothing.
If you go for swag, it better be good, or I'm not going to be impressed.
Yeah. If you do a spin jump and do a spam spray every other frame or every frame that you can do it or whatever, I'm like, I'm out. I don't care. Like,
see, I like that stuff because it makes a cool noise.
Does it make a cool noise?
It's like, except it like double that speed. That's what it sounds like.
Double that speed.
It's dope. It's dope.
I don't know. I've just become a hater over the years. I remember caring about tasks. And now I'm just a big hater.
I think I still care about it because the first speedrun I ever saw was a task, and then it's just in my brain like, the perfect shit. Even though the first thing I saw was a 16-star task that was much slower than a current speedrun of it. So that's how old it was.
My first speedrun was Narcissa doing the 25-minute AGDQ run of Zelda.
Yeah, that was a very famous first one to see, for sure.
That's how I found speedrunning. Where I was looking up Zelda glitches, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't looking up Zelda glitches. I was like, I remember seeing like random hack videos or whatever, like Link wearing a white tunic. Like, how do you do this with the game? You know, like what am I missing in Ocarina of Time? And then I was like looking it up on YouTube, and then I found the 25-minute speedrun. And I was like, And then like a few months later, I found Sunshine.
Wait, so you thought that people with like white tunics who were just hacking them in were like, How do you do this in the game? What the heck?
Maybe.
I don't think you can actually get a white tunic, right?
I don't think so.
I think they were just hacking their thing.
No, that sounds right. So. I just remember, like, maybe something to do with, like, taking the cartridge halfway out kind of stuff.
Oh, cartridge tilting stuff.
Yeah. Like
possible.
those kinds of finessing the game. And I was, like, kind of fascinated with that stuff and trying to figure it out. And then I was, trying to figure it out to the extent of looking it up on YouTube. And then I found the 25-minute vid. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, there you go.
This is very interesting to me as a gamer. Then SMS came later. That was my origin of speedrunning.
Do you have any more notes?
We got notes. How long have we been going? We had to stop recording to watch.
I never stopped it. We're at like 1:30, so subtract 4 from that ish. So.
Okay.
Because I think I have the energy for my rants, but I don't know if you have something else or not.
Dr. Disrespect suing Twitch.
Oh, cool. Wait, did he ever
got
stop?
Banned.
Did he ever stop doing Twitch?
Got banned.
Oh, he got banned from Twitch. I thought you said he started doing Twitch.
No, he's suing Twitch.
He's suing Twitch. Wait, hold on. What?
Yes.
Because he felt like he was banned unjustly?
Maybe. I actually haven't looked very much into this, but the whole Dr. Disrespect drama is that nobody knows why he was banned. And then
does anyone know now?
No?
People still don't know?
Hold on.
Because I sure don't know. I always assumed it was like something he said, or it was around the time when all the like Me Too allegations and stuff were coming out when he got banned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's possible that something came out in private that he got banned for.
Yeah, that was the theory.
Yeah, I think that was the primary theory on that.
Apparently, there hasn't been very many things said over the past bit, but 4 days ago he announced that he says he's suing Twitch after last year's ban.
This feels like a publicity stunt to me almost.
Because he signed the Twitch contract and then when Mixer was big, when there was like competition involved, where it's just we gotta keep Dr. Disrespect here because he's such a good gamer. We love gamers. And then they pay.
Hey, does Twitch love gamers? I don't know. I think they might have other priorities, but I digress.
Hey, a year ago they loved gamers.
Pools, hot tubs, and baths or whatever.
Beaches. But yeah, and then like Mixer, he got signed, and then Mixer died, and then they banned him. So there was like a whole.
And then wasn't he streamed on YouTube then, right?
Yeah, and then he moved to YouTube because he couldn't stream on Twitch anymore. Yeah. And then it was the min-maxing thing where he was gone for however many months, and then everybody's just like, he's on YouTube now. Everybody's just like, 200,000 viewers.
Yeah. Okay. Also, the effectiveness of taking a long break. It gets exponentially more powerful the more popular you were prior to stopping your thing. Mm-hmm. So if you're like a huge figure, like you're like Tyler One or Ninja, and you don't stream for like a year and you come back, you're going to get hella viewers versus Joe Schmo or Average Trey coming back. It's like, oh, I guess he's back. Cool, whatever. Anyway.
This Kotaku article says, quote, streamer Dr. Disrespect says he's suing the fuck out of Twitch.
Whoa, he's serious. Okay.
In quotes. He's just like, he said that he was suing the fuck.
That sounds pretty serious to me. I don't know. I don't know how Twitch is going to recover. Or Amazon, I guess. He's suing Twitch. He's suing Amazon. By extension.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what case he believes he has is not clear. All right, so it's still the beginnings of it. Nobody really knows. But he's saying he's suing them.
But he never came out with like the exact precise reason why he was banned in the first place?
Does he know?
Maybe he doesn't know.
I don't know.
Nobody knows, not even the man himself. Huh.
Nobody knows. I don't know.
That's crazy.
We're chilling. I haven't watched Dr. Disrespect since he got banned. I think I watched his YouTube stream like maybe a couple times.
I don't really watch YouTube streams. So I haven't watched him recently.
I did watch Valkyrae play Sunshine on YouTube.
I do not watch Valkyrie.
She was playing Sunshine.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
So I had to watch it.
I watched Mango play Sunshine when he played it.
Quan and I were watching Valkyrie on YouTube play Sunshine, and we thought she was for a first timer, she was very good. She second tried Sandbird.
Okay.
She had a massive trouble with like Pinna 2 and what was the other one?
Yeah.
Pinna 2 and Serena 2, I think.
Serena 2, definitely top 3 hardest secrets.
But like Sandbird, second try.
Sandbird, it's like either you get it or you don't.
Yeah.
Because some people just cannot use Sandbird to save their life, and then some people it's like, oh, just don't be dumb.
Yeah, and then they go just like, oh, people had trouble with this?
Oh, you just wait. Oh, it's going sideways. Okay, I'll stand here. Okay.
I'll stand on the side of his neck. Okay,
I think that the thing that kills people in Sandbird is they see the blue coins, right? And they're like, oh god, I gotta get these. I gotta not only stay on the bird, but also get these blue coins at the same time. Where are the blue coins? Oh my god. I think if the blue coins weren't there, then there'd be significantly less trouble with it.
I think people also stress out because there's only 7 on the bird, 7 red coins.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, there's got to be an 8th one somewhere. Where is it?
Like, where's the 8th? And then they
I never
out.
thought of that. I guess it is weird how they do it that way.
Yeah, because it's just like, oh, yeah.
You assume that you missed one, and you're like, I'm looking everywhere. I don't see where this 8th coin is.
And then you just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I guess I may as well ride it out to the end and, not, oh, there's the last coin. Okay.
Exactly.
It is interesting how they do it that way.
Anything specific from the Valkyrie playthrough? I wrote some notes. I play Sunshine. Sometimes I just like watch casual. She did Rico 1 casual route.
Oh, like through the maze and stuff?
She went through the maze and sprayed
so cool.
And she went through she sprayed the submarine up and got the blue coin. I was like, oh my god, I've never seen anybody do this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure in our first playthrough, like me and my brother as a kid, we did that.
And she also said that with the HD version, it looks blurry, not humid. Eat that, 3D All-Stars.
Confirmed, 3D All-Stars, bad port.
Trash.
Bad remake.
Doesn't look humid. It looks just blurry.
Playing 1080p upscaled on Dolphin, confirmed better.
Yeah.
All
right, that's my list.
All right, I want to end this episode off with a rant.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
I've gained the energy. It's not a very serious rant. It's a Wendy's rant.
What made you tired?
Dude, fucking, I'm tired from the cringe of not knowing the Spider-Man lore.
Spider-Man.
I got exhausted from that.
Just not having seen a Spider-Man movie. I was exhausted.
Not seeing a trailer. Like, man, I'm really out of the loop, guys. I apologize. But anyway, so Wendy's, and yes, Wendy's nuts hit your face. Ha ha, very funny. But Wendy's the restaurants, okay? Dead serious. All right. So I'm on a schedule where I go to the gym like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I don't get off work until like 8:30 p.m. So typically I come home for a little bit, rest for like a second, change into my gym clothes, go to the gym, work out for like an hour or so. By the time I'm done working out, it's typically in the range of like 10:30 to like 11 p.m. at the latest.
Yeah. And
so this Wendy's that's very, very close to my apartment, like I could literally throw a stone and almost hit it. It claims to close, like it closes at 11 p.m. according to Google, the site. All right. Google, the search engine, tells me so. So the day one of this predicament, I get to the Wendy's after my workout. I'm starving. I just had a good workout. Time to get some Wendy's, right? As you do. Mm. I go into the Wendy's. It's 10:55. And the lights are like on in the restaurant, but it's like sort of dim in the drive-thru area. So I'm sitting there. I'm kind of getting the idea like maybe it's closed. It is like right at 11 pretty much. And sure enough, it was closed. I went to the window. I was like, hey, you guys open? They're like, no, we're closed. I'm like, okay, cool, sure. It was 10:55. It was pretty much 11. I'll give them that one, sure. Fast forward to the following week. I'm like, you know what? I had a good workout. I'm feeling some Wendy's. But this time it was about 10:30, maybe 10:35 or so.
Uh-huh.
I go to the Wendys. This is theoretically 25 minutes before it should be closing. But then same scenario, like lights were off at like the actual drive-thru thing, lights on in the restaurant. I sit there for a minute and I'm like, I think they're closed.
Yeah.
I'm like, either Google is lying or these guys closed hella early. Goddamn. Also, keep in mind, both these times I ended up just resorting to Taco Bell. By the way, take notes to all restaurants closing at 11 or, God forbid, 10 p.m. Think of the degens like me, okay? Like the semi-degens like me. Maybe we don't want to eat at regular dinner times, you know? Maybe we want something a little later. Taco Bell knows what's up. They're open. Hella late. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. They were closed 30 minutes before they should have been. I was a little peeved. I was feeling a Frosty, maybe a burger. You know.
You just go to Frosty.
Just the Frosty. I
was feeling Frosty, maybe a burger. You know, maybe I'll splurge on a burger.
The burger is second priority to the Frosty, of course. And so I go there the following week, and it is 10 p.m. I went extra early to get my workout in. 10 p.m. All right.
Yeah.
And they're open.
Oh.
They're actually open. I'm like, wow. I'm impressed. I don't tell them this, but I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. Wow, they're open.
You guys suck.
And so I give my order. I'm like, okay, I'll get a spicy chicken sandwich combo with a medium Frosty and large fries. Like,
which machine was off?
Okay. I like your prediction.
Okay, that's my prediction. Some machine was off early.
I'm going to tell you right out, no machines were off. Things were functioning just fine. Okay. But yeah, I give them my straight up order. I say, spicy chicken sandwich and a large fries and a medium chocolate Frosty. That's all I say.
Okay.
I'll ask later. Pretty standard order, wouldn't you agree?
Sure, yeah. I'm more of a burger guy, but yeah.
Okay. So I give that, and then they're like, on the mic I hear, yo, wait, hold up. I missed all that. What? Hold up. I'm like, okay. I'm like, did you say large drink? Like, I didn't even say drink. Hello? So I say my order again. I'm like, spicy chicken sandwich and a medium chocolate Frosty and a large fry. You're like, wait, you say large drink? Wait, hold on. He sounded like so bamboozled by something. I'm like, is it something I said? Like, what?
Yeah, okay.
And like, okay, I think I had to say my order like 4 different times. And then they finally got it, like having to like take things off, put things on again. It's like, this wasn't that complicated. Like, what the heck is going on?
And you speak fairly clearly.
Yeah, I feel like I was pretty, not, what's the word?
Well-spoken.
Enunciating my stuff properly.
I was well enunciated.
Well enunciated.
I don't know if that's actually...
eventually they get it down. Everything on the screen looked fine. I'm like, yes, way to go. And I told them, like, okay, no worries. You know, I'm sure it was a long day. No big deal. I go to the window. Person at the window also doesn't seem too right in the head or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to be judgmental, but like, and the food was fine. You know, the food came out okay. I guess the cooks were A-okay.
to my dismay, like the food was okay.
To my pleasure, even.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. The person taking the order and the person at the window, I think they were just doing all the drugs or something. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Late night fast food is a risk. Like,
see, the thing is, Taco Bell nails it every single time.
Yeah.
But this particular Wendy's, maybe this Wendy's is like a drug, like a money laundering thing or something. I don't know. But they always close way before they should at an already pretty early time to close. And the people at that time, something just felt very off. And that's pretty much the Wendy's rant. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go there late, I guess.
Okay. My issue, all right. I have things that I have an issue with. Okay. I want to talk about the people that take the fast food order in the drive-thru, and I want to talk about what was it? The closing time of restaurants.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
But before I say any of that, does Taco Bell pay like really good overtime? Or like
I've never worked at Taco Bell. I wouldn't know.
What like when do Taco Bells close? Because I know you're a Taco Bell fan. I've only had Taco Bell once in my life.
I think it depends. I think some close as late as like 1 a.m. or something.
Why? Why are they so much later? I have a local Wendy's. I don't know if it's 10 p.m.
You know why I said?
Yeah.
Because Taco Bell, unlike these other fast food places, they know their audience.
They get it.
They know their key demographic is all the weed heads, the gamer heads. These people are not going to be always eating at normal times, right?
Yeah.
And that includes me, typically. And I don't know, if you're open later, it gives you a bigger window of opportunity to exchange your goods and services for money, which helps your business. I don't know if you know this.
No.
Economics 101. If you're open later, the window of opportunity is that much bigger. So
interesting.
Economics, folks.
All right. So I have a local Wendy's that closes at like 10. Okay. I don't know what specific time it is. I don't know how many times I've been in a Discord call at like 11:30. It's 11:35 right now, and talking about Wendy's, I'm like, maybe I could go for Wendy's. It's fucking closed.
Yeah, and you know what? It's 10:35 here. I bet that place, theoretically, even though it should be open, is closed by now.
Yeah, and so I always get a hanker. Like I never get like at dinner time. I never go. You know what, Wendy's? Like I'll always think of something else. But like late night, I'm like, I could really go for some Wendy's. Like I could go over there, get Wendy's.
I'm telling you, man, there is something about the late night, like the cravings come in or something.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it closes at 10. It could be not. It could be 11. I'm pretty sure it's 10. So I already hate it. I don't think there's any place near me that is open super late. So I always have to fend. But fast food needs to stay up. Like I say midnight.
You think it should be open till then?
I think it should be open until midnight.
I think that any place that closes at like, because like Popeyes, my favorite fast food place of all time, they close at 10 p.m. every night. That's my one strike against Popeyes is they could be open later, but their food's amazing, their prices are amazing, so whatever. So,
is it just that they're going for normie dinner time?
I don't, because if you're a fast food place, you have to know that you're going to get a lot of degens and gamers such as me, like, showing up.
Hey, I want fast food.
It's like, I guess, I mean, you don't have to pay for, like, workers to cover as many hours.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to pretend like I know the financial intricacies of running a fast food place.
That's why I wanted to ask about the Taco Bell overtime. Because it's just like, they're open really late.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you don't need overtime if you're working at Taco Bell,
I know.
You may just work a shift from like 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Like you just get in there late.
But then you would get the people that you're complaining about at Wendy's just like they're doing all the drugs. But I've never heard you complain about a Taco Bell line once.
Yeah, I go to Taco Bell even later than that sometimes, and it's like, smooth sailing.
Yeah.
At least the one that I go to. So.
Okay, my other complaint.
All I'm saying is fast food. You never know. Like your peak audience, such as myself.
Peak.
You may not want to neglect the impressions you give off at weird times.
My other thing,
go ahead.
With the drive-through thing is the inconsistency of the people that take orders. Okay.
Yeah. In terms of like sometimes it's like hella fast, sometimes it's hella slow.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. So whenever I go into drive-through, and people have pointed this out, I go not into podcaster mode, but I go into like enunciating mode.
Yeah, to make sure that I'm the same way. Make sure they hear you.
Like my voice might be a little bit deeper, but or like whatever. But I'm trying very hard to say everything very concisely and cleanly, so that everybody can hear my fucking orders. And because like sometimes I go for multiple combos, so I'm like, okay, so it's gonna be 4 combos, it's gonna be a blah blah blah, and I go through it, and sometimes they fucking hate that, and sometimes they want that, and I want.
You have to, it's like they want you to like know the person going in, because sometimes you have like fucking like super pro, been there for 10 years, they know like everything. Yeah. Like you can just list it off and you're fine. Or you get the person where like it's their first day, but you don't know. Like all you hear is their voice. You don't know them. So it's like I got to give like a weird mixture of like telling the order like somewhat fast, but also concise and like also sort of slow at the same time.
Yeah, you have to do the feel your way through order.
Yeah.
Or just YOLO it.
Or
and then see what's
just
up.
like give it pretty fast at first, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't catch that." Then you can slow it down, I guess.
Yeah. Last time I went, it was the cleanest drive-through I've ever been through, where it was just like, okay, we got 3 orders. It's a number 1 with whatever, the number 2 with whatever, a number 3 with whatever, and like I went through like small fries, small chocolate frosty, large chocolate frosty, small chocolate frosty for each order, and I started like he didn't say anything the whole time. I was just like, oh, can I take your order, please? I'm like, okay, yes. This is 3 combos, blah 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 blah, and I got to the end, and he was just like, anything else? And I was like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I looked at, pardon?
I said, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I was just like, yes, and I looked at the sheet because they show you what you ordered. I'm like, yep, that's perfect, awesome. Next window. It was the cleanest I've ever gone through. Whenever I do that any other time, they just go like, yeah, I didn't catch that. And I'm just like, okay. Or sometimes I do the like testing the waters one where I order 1 combo and then they're just like, oh, okay, so that's going to be, and I'm like, nope, there's more. But I don't know how.
Oh, yeah. Also, there's that thing where it's like, how do I word it in a way where I get everything out without them thinking I'm already done?
Yeah.
That's also a struggle sometimes.
Or without them thinking I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that too.
It's like, I swear I've ordered food before.
See, that is the one downside to drive-thrus versus just being in person.
Yeah.
There's no verbal communication. It's all just, here are the words, and you have to interpret what I'm saying. So.
There's no visual. There's no body communication.
A lot of communication with fellow human people, such as myself. I swear I'm a human.
I swear to God.
A lot of these fellow Earthlings. A lot of Earthlings like to communicate. A lot of it's nonverbal. Like I said, verbal. A surprising amount is nonverbal, like just with your hands and stuff. So
I understood what you meant. It's just like we just have to settle for this verbal. I'm just like, oh, he means body.
I'm trying to study these humans so I can fit in with them. You know.
That's my biggest issue with drive-thrus. Yeah. Like, sure, it's closed now. Whatever. Like, I would like it to be open later, but drive-thrus, I want them to put like when they say it's just like, can I take your order, please? And just like, okay, I'm experienced.
Yeah.
Just say I'm experienced or like something so that I can just be like, oh, okay. And then go through easy peasy.
And like, I understand that, you know, companies are struggling to get workers right now. It's kind of an uncertain job market.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can understand like maybe wanting to close early for various, I don't know the intricacies of the Wendys. But if you advertise a certain time, don't close 30 minutes ahead of that time is all I'm saying. Like, it's a bad luck.
I remember an old job I closed at 2 minutes before I was supposed to, and I got chewed out for it.
Yeah, and like this Wendy's over here just closing willy-nilly 10:30. It's like, oh, cool.
I was just like, it's dead. It's like 4 to whatever time I was supposed to close. I locked it all up. It was like 2. It took me like a minute to do it all, and then I was leaving, and there was a customer walking up and my boss, and I was just like, and then he was just like, oh, can you open it up again? I'm like, no, I'm already locked up, bro. And then my boss was just like, what? Pardon me? And I was just like, it's whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. You should have just been able to close.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, me, like 5 minutes, not 2 minutes, 5 minutes before it, I go to the window. There's like, oh yeah, we're closed, man. It's like, okay. Well,
but you have to respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna argue with them, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, shit. Anyway, that was my Wendy's rant.
I'm glad you got it out.
That was our fast food rant, I guess.
After losing all of your energy to not watching a trailer.
Yes, it was. This was a roller coaster for sure.
This was a roller coaster of an episode. I've peaks. I'm angry at Wendy's now. I was exasperated earlier about the Spider-Man.
But I'm 26 years old now, and my life is totally different because of it. So
yeah, so that's gonna be the end of the pod, I guess. But listen, we're on Spotify, Google Podcasts.
There we go.
I'm going through the ending. We're not on Apple Podcasts, right?
Nope, we do not like Apple. Apparently.
But we're on YouTube on the SidNTrey YouTube channel, and if you leave a comment there, we will read it Whether you can yell at Trey this week about how he hasn't watched the trailer for Spider-Man, or you can be like, Sid's a nerd, he shouldn't have cared.
Or you could yell at Sid for not playing Pokemon Go when it was hot.
Also a thing that you can yell at me for. Or you can just be like, hey, yeah, I like the long versions of analyses of whatever. Pausing, who cares?
Yeah, just yell at us in whatever way you want.
But that's going to be the end of the pod. That was episode 10. We'll talk to you next week with a guest episode.
Woo!
Get hyped for that.
Woo!
Peace.